Hi, my name is Christina Morales, and I'm a licensed real estate agent in the state of California. Today, I'm going to be bringing you the next video in the closing cost series brought to you by House Cashin. Let's get started.
If you wanna sell your house very fast for cash, then House Cashin gets the cash flowing.
So this is video 2 in the closing cost series, and today we're going to talk about what to expect in closing costs when selling your home as a for sale by owner. What is a FSBO? FSBO stands for sale by owner, and you're going to hear me use that acronym throughout the presentation. And a FSBO is when an owner decides to sell their own property without the use of a real estate professional known as the listing agent. Why choose the FSBO option? The number one reason why sellers will choose to sell as a for sale by owner is to avoid paying commissions. But here's a little reality check. While a FSBO seller may avoid paying commissions to a listing agent, it is very likely that they may still need to pay a buyer's agent. Why? Because according to the National Association of Realtors research, in 2018, 87% of buyers used a real estate agent. So what does that mean? That means that when you're going to sell your home, you want your home to be seen by as many buyers as you can. You want a large buyer pool. Well, 87% of the buyers last year had a real estate agent. So if you want to be able to get your home seen by as many buyers as you can, you'll have to expect to compensate that real estate agent who's bringing their buyer to your home. So savings on commission, realistically speaking, a FSBO seller may save about 2 to 3% in commissions if they successfully sold as a FSBO. And that 2 to 3% savings comes from not having to pay a listing agent. Some other considerations. In a FSBO transaction, the seller pays for all marketing costs. Versus when you use a realtor, that realtor is responsible for paying for the marketing costs. Let's go through some basic marketing expenses. This is very basic and not all inclusive, but as a FSBO, you can expect that you're going to have photography. Photography can range anywhere between $350 and $650. Of course, if your home is super large, this could be more. It depends on where you're located and the type of marketing you're doing. So if you have a luxury property, it's probably going to be more than $650. The next thing is videography. People want to see what your home feels like, and a video is a perfect way to market your home. And more videography is becoming more and more common. So you can expect to spend anywhere between $400 to $600, again, above or below that range, depending on the size of your home, your location, and the type of marketing you're hoping to achieve. Print marketing, so that's your printing costs. Cost to print out brochures, cost to print out postcards, cost to print out flyers. You can expect anywhere between $300 to $500 depending on the number of prints that you request, but printing cost is a real cost and you want to have some quality print material. And then postage. So if you're hoping to send out a mailer blasting, hey everybody, my home is for sale, well, it's going to be anywhere between $650 and up. So that's really depending on how many homes you hope to market to, and it's very costly. But these are just some basic marketing expenses that you may have if you want to try to successfully sell your home on your own. Probably the biggest cost to any seller is time. And only you can equate how much your time is worth. What else could you be doing if you weren't preparing your marketing plan to sell your home? What else could you be doing if you weren't showing your home multiple times to multiple buyers? What else could you be doing if you weren't hosting an open house? What else could you be doing if you weren't following up on buyers to find out if they're interested in making an offer on your home? The list goes on and on. Selling your home is very time intensive. So you have to think about, what else could I be doing? What am I giving up since I'm deciding to sell my home? And is it worth it? Is it saving that 2 to 3% on commission worth not being able to do other things? That is the question that you need to ask yourself and also answer for yourself. Other closing costs, basically all other closing costs remain the same. In video 1, we talked about out-of-pocket expenses. And we went through each of these in detail. So if you want to go through them in detail, please go back to the video 1, which is talking about expenses when you're selling with a real estate agent. Most of this remains the same. Guess what's different? There's an additional expense, and that's a marketing expense, because marketing your home properly is how your home gets sold. And so this is an expense that you are going to have before it even hits the market. Now you have the closing costs that are netted from your proceeds at closing. Again, all of these remain the same as it was discussed previously in video 1. For more details, please go back to that video. Now let's walk through the example. We're going to use the exact same example we did in the first one. So in the first example, we said we had a purchase price of $250,000, no mortgage balance. We're going to pay commission. In this example, we're paying 3% to a buyer's agent. The escrow and the transfer tax remain the same, and we are in the state of California. The only difference between this example and the one discussed in video 1 is commission. So instead of paying 6% commission, you're paying half of that, and that's 3%. So the closing cost example, here are all of the actual numbers for each of the items. Commissions are at $7,500. Title fees, the same as in the other example. Escrow fees, the same in the other example, and so on and so forth. Again, the only difference between this example and the last is that you've saved half on commission. So instead of it being $15,000, it's now $7,500. And remember that the buyer's agent doesn't receive the full $7,500. It's divided between the agent and the brokerage. And here is a quick summary of the costs. Now, in this example, total closing costs are $12,640, or 5.1% of the purchase price. In video 1, it was 8% of the purchase price. Now, this does not include the marketing costs that you have because those were already paid for and they're not coming out of your closing proceeds. However, it is a consideration. How much did you spend and how much did you save? So $12,640 at closing for 5.1% of the purchase price. So let's go through the closing cost series. So in video 1, we talked about what to expect when selling your home with a real estate agent. In video 2, which is this one, what to expect when you sell as a FSBO. Video 3, which is going to be the next video we'll talk about, and that's what to expect when selling to an investor. And finally, we're going to wrap it up in video 4 with the closing cost summary, and we're going to take it one step further and talk about some other considerations and weigh pros and cons of each selling methodology. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope that you found what to expect when selling as a for sale by owner helpful. I think what's important is to know that you have options and just weigh those options thoroughly before you decide how you want to sell your home. Thank you and have a wonderful day. See you in video 3.
If you wanna sell your house very fast for cash, then House Cash In gets the cash flowing.